Earlier on in the week, I said to my friend Chris, I said, how about we go on an adventure? We planned that we were going to go on a trip, and lo and behold, I've been in Cornwall about 12 years, and it snowed maybe 3 times in those 12 years. Yeah, this morning it was snowing, so we picked the best times to go. This is the start of a 650-mile journey. Let's go. The weather in Cornwall for the last 6 weeks has been horrendous. Today was no exception. Because of the bad weather, we hadn't had the opportunity to collect our own fresh bait, which is what we'd normally try to do. Fortunately, our friends Giles and Sarah down at Pisk were able to sort us out with some amazing fresh fish. They source fresh fish daily from Newlyn Market and individual boats. It's some of the best that you will find in Cornwall. I'll tag some information into the description of the video about their business. One thing they do that I will highly recommend is they do hold fish filleting classes, where members of the public can come and learn how to fillet their own fish. Best to check their website for availability though. I'll put that in a link below. Fuel stop number 1. Halfway there. Oh, it's cod-like. Fuel stop number 2. We are in Bonnie, Scotland, and it is cold. The temperature right now is -6 degrees. Got about another 2.5 hours to go. Finish chopping up with fuel, get paid, and we'll have a check of the trailer. So far, it's touch wood. Yeah. At least it's not snowing. Oh, they're doing all right. Perfect. We have arrived. The boat is is black. But we made it. It is 2:45 in the morning and we're up at 6. See you in a bit. We're just getting ready to launch the boat now. You can see the ground, and this is the rope that I was going to try and use to moor it up with, but yeah, it's frozen solid. There we go. Whew. Well, the sun is just about to come up and we have the boat in the water. I'm not going to say it was the easiest launch I've ever had in my life, just because the slipway is all sheet ice, but we did it. Boat's moored up, trailer's back out of the water. I'm going to go and park up. It's an honesty box slipway, so you do have to just rely on a bit of honesty. So yeah. Because that slipway's tidal, the priority was just getting the boat in the water, and now we're running the gear backwards and forwards that we need and that we don't need. And I'm just going to check on the bait. It is. Whoa. Perfect. Perfect. Set to be a stunner of a day. See you on the boat. Hello, good morning, welcome back to the Fish Locker, out on the boat. Out on a very, very chilly morning on the boat. We're not down in Cornwall today, we're up in the north of Scotland. It is deep. Sliding ledger rigs. Big ones. Very big ones. Today is going to be a big rigs, big baits for big fish type of day, hopefully. That is one bait. A full flapper, half an octopus and a kebab. Mounted on a 14-0. Now I have crushed the barb on it. We are fishing it in a bit of tide. So we have some big leads as well. It's just nodding. Or is that fish that dropped off? Because I had such a big bait on, I thought there's maybe a chance. If there's still enough bait left down there, I'll drop it straight back down. It's just, and I'm waiting for it to give it like a committed bite because it's such a big bait and a big hook. There we go. Unfortunately, there's not going to be an awful lot to see here because it's just going to be me and Chris bent into fish. It's getting to turn it down, isn't it? Take another wrapper on your left hand. Could do without these 9 layers of clothes now. You can tell this fish is a male because of these claspers here. It's actually got some saltwater leeches. We've already picked up one of these off. Yeah, real quickly, we're just sliding back. Just sliding straight off into here. Perfect. There you go. There's your lead. It's not very interesting for you, is it? Sorry. Trying to give a little bit of commentary, but it's just being methodical. Keeping a bendit rod back to fish it.
Big boy.
Oh, now that is a big lad. Look at that. Just like a dinosaur. He's had it hooking him before, look. That is a fantastic fish, look at the size of my eyes. But these males, they have strong thorns on the sides of the wings, which they grab hold of females when they're mating. There are a load of little lice on there, and another one of these saltwater leeches. Look. Try and remove these because not only did they feed on them, but that cut there is an open source for bacteria to get in and cause an infection. Because all of these scars here are from them leeches. But yeah, look at the size of his conkers. These are big lads. Pardon you. Up. Pardon you. Don't put your fingers anywhere near there. He's had 2 hooks in him before. Let go. Before you try and... tried macing me a couple of times with that tail. You see how he's kind of arched up. I tell you, it's full of aggression. 1, 2. Still not as big as yours. No. Just going to drop this bait down here, and you can see how it's going to sit in the tide like that, can't you? With them tentacles out. Like, what wouldn't want to eat that? A little bit of skill and a lot of luck landed this fish. This fish is almost too big to give perspective to.
And a bit.
63. 84. It's just mammoth. She is just mammoth. Slide her straight back. What you like, just look at the thickness of its tail at the base, like can't even get your hand around it. It's an absolute stunner of a fish. There we go. Oh, perfect. A lot of rope. Early morning on day 2, we're just knocking up a couple of rigs while we're waiting for breakfast to open. Yeah, we're feeling pretty good about yesterday, even though we had no sleep. Yeah, waking up this morning though, we've got a couple of sore muscles. The plan is to get some hot food in us and to go out and do a bit of mixed fishing today. We'll see how that goes. It's all new marks that we're going to be exploring, and then if they don't fall into a good, then we'll just go back to the skate mark and see if we can pull out a couple more.
Not very warm in here, it's the hat and the coat.
Yeah, it isn't the warmest. Not as cold as yesterday. Setting up to be a stunning morning. We just unpacked everything out of the van. Slipped the boat. I tell you what, this little pontoon here is perfect for this. Again though, it's all relies on your honesty. Mixed species fishing today though, hopefully. And if it doesn't do too well, we can always try and drop back on the skate. This has been brilliant. This is still fully frozen in there. Let's go. Today, Chris and I are going to be doing a bit of mixed species fishing, hopefully. We're just exploring new marks. We've never fished this area before. We were having a look last night on Navionics while we were having our tea, and we've seen a couple of spots that we'd like to try, just to catch anything that's there. Oh, that's harder to catch than seaweed. A rock. Chris and I fished half a dozen different marks to
say the least, it was challenging. Water up to 150 metres deep and tides of 4 knots. Long story short, we didn't catch anything.
Tried a bit of drifting over ground, caught nothing but seaweed and rocks. Tried a bit of drifting over some reef with some lures. What looked like it would have been really fishy. I would have expected coalfish and pollock on there, but yeah, nothing. So now that we're on a decent state of tide, what we're going to do is we're going to put the anchor down and we're going to try and fish something out big from the bottom. That's my first bait. Mackerel and octopus. Battle stations right now. Yeah, that's a skip. I'll just do what we did last time, I'll just get rid of all the little ones.
I reckon it's a bit smaller, mate.
Very pretty little spur dog with a bright green eye. I was saying about when you get them in this deep water, it's raw. Spur dog. Another little spur dog.
You might notice on the trailing edge of this fish's wings there are a lot of marine leeches. They pick these up because they spend a fair bit of time laid up on the seabed.
There's Chris's skate there. A stunner of a male fish. But it's got loads of these marine leeches on him. We'll try and take them off where we can. He's got stacks of them. He's already pulled half a dozen of these leeches off. Because all of these leeches, not only do they suck their blood, but every single one of these marks would have been biting. There's a possible site for an infection. I mean, I've got a little lice on them here. They don't do really any damage. You have to watch out for these spikes here. You caught you yesterday, didn't you? And lashed your finger up. It's a stunner of a fish. There's the hook. Barbless hook will pop straight out. This one's a virgin fish. This one hasn't had a hook in it before.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
isn't it?
two of them right on the end of your knacker.
There's one on the other leech.
You can tell that this is a male fish by these claspers here. It's a stonker of a fish, mate. Can't even get back far enough. There you go. Well done. Get it on hook now. That's a good bend in it, though. Look here.
I reckon that one looks so bigger.
I do too. Nice fish, mate. Want to get a measure on it?
Nah, not bothered.
What big is it? Biggest? Somersault, straight down. Whoa. Brilliant. Let's get some new baits down. So there's your bait. You can see there, look, I've got something to flutter in the tide. I've got a main mass of bait that's going to let a lot of scent out. I've got a very proud hook point. And then what I've done with the last couple is skate they don't mind eating dogfish. They're one of the only things that will eat a dogfish. Almost as a bit of like divine retribution is with the dogfish that we've caught, we're going to be reusing it as bait. So this little fillet is incredibly tough and strong. So to stop any of this bait being pulled off the hook, I've been putting a little tiny strip of dogfish on there. Because this is a barbless hook, I don't want anything to come off. So this little bit of dogfish hopefully is going to stop anything getting pulled off. That is like a jumbo skate bait. Mystery fish. Still dropping. Conwall.
Not bad boys, man.
Not bad size Conwall, like. Let's grab that leg, please, mate. Cuttlefish. Tell you what, that'll be like a 45-pound Conwall.
Winsterer.
I tell you what, that's the fastest I've ever seen anyone land a big eel. That is a decent sized conger eel. Yeah. Oh, don't turn. There, look. Do you want a photo with it? You sure?
Oh, all right.
Pass the tea back. This one's been gaffed, isn't it? There's one, and there's two. Flipping monstrous great things, aren't they? There must be stacks of them. Because these fish were of a manageable size, we've just lifted them aboard for a quick measurement and a photo. They are incredible looking fish, aren't they? This one I think has been gaffed before. Quite a few marine leeches on them. Take them off for you, pal, it's the least we can do. So he says, can't get rid of it. There's the bait. You can see that right down at the back of there. That mouth extends, look. That's why you shouldn't get your fingers anywhere near it. You can see he's still full of life, his fins are still up. But yeah. Cracking fish. You can see this is why these barbless hooks are so good, is they just turn straight out like that. Wonderful fish. Oh. Them spikes on the tail are just like razor blades, aren't they? 2, 3. And he's away. Yeah, look. That little one that got you, it's just the tiniest little thorns on the back of their tail in it. I think that's about all done for today. I hope you've enjoyed joining us. I hope you found it interesting. All the very best. See you later. Here we are. I'm not going to say it was easy, but we did it. We've worked hard, so we've decided to treat ourselves. Just watch your fingers. It has come time for us to leave Scotland. We've had a good night's sleep. I'm just doing my last trailer checks, just to make sure everything's set. For anyone who does these long trips, you'll already know it. It's not the same as driving. It's not the same as driving that whole distance. You're constantly wondering, you're constantly worrying, you're constantly thinking, what's that sound? Now the spot where we stayed, it was the Grey Gull Hotel, and they were, I don't know if you can see that up there. The Grey Gull Hotel in Lochilipeg. It's perfect for what we needed. There aren't very many hotels that are open this time of year. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, they're fine. It is beautiful up here. Like Inverary is a lovely little spot and all. Well, that's what the temperature is. Balmy -3. Yeah, going up to the rest of the thankful. Nearly home. But I tell you what, that drive there, like torrential rain and like 45-mile-an-hour winds. It's almost like Cornwall didn't want us back. Nearly there though. Well, we made it. We arrived back in Cornwall late last night. I didn't do this sign off last night because it was like freaking Noah's Ark weather out there. Yeah, all the way from setting off from Lochilipeg all the way back down to Cornwall, it took us about 11.5 hours. And in total, from setting off, getting up and back again, we have done a total of 1,286 miles. The van did it perfectly, the trailer, amazing. The weather, no, not so much. -6 degrees, sheet ice, thick frost. Coming down through Cumbria, in fact, coming down through the Lake District was thick snow, and then getting down into Cornwall was torrential rain and like 45-mile-an-hour winds. So yeah, if you're gonna do it. But we did it. I'll take you for a quick look around the trailer now, because I've had some people asking about the trailer. But I hope you've enjoyed joining us. I hope you found it interesting. All the very best. See you later. I have taken to cable tying this in, and the reason I've done that is because I've seen them come out before on the way down the motorway and they'll be dragging and they get knackered. And secondly, I put a little rag up underneath there, so if it does bounce around at all, you don't damage the front of your boat. The next thing, and someone asked me about this, is rather than sitting on these pins, I always choose to put a piece of wood in there and just lower it down and touch the wood, so that if the engine's ever bouncing around, it's not bouncing about on the cam, it bounces about into a piece of wood.